the football captain, the homecoming king, number 43, the running back star. I went out and bought a jersey that said Mom number 43. Talked him into finally allowing me to wear it to the game. I said, what can happen? We're sitting at the game, we're all in our seats, watching all the football players. My son did something wonderful, so I jumped up, stood on the back of my skirt. There was elastic waist and BA'd the entire crowd. Mom, number 33. Almost a quarter. My third son came home to a party, and he kind of skirted me and went upstairs, and I thought, something's not quite right, so I followed him up. Get upstairs, I took one look at him and I said, son, were you drinking or were you smoking? And he goes, and his lips quivered, and he started to cry, and he put his arms around me, and he held me, and puked down my back. Almost a Kodak moment. I have a nephew from the South. His name is Hay, and he is real quick. And he was telling me that he's having sex, so I'm trying to explain to him, you know, the only thing that really works if you don't want to get a girl pregnant is abstinence. Yeah. You really understand what I'm saying when I say abstinence, don't you? You know, I do that, Charli, and I sure hope I never get it. I've gotten it and I don't like it either. I had a very touching Kodak breakup. You've had those, I'm sure. The guy, I met him down here, I moved to Oregon, came up to visit me, unannounced. Well, I had a date, so he had to stay home and watch the children while I was gone. I come home, there's candles all over the place, white roses everywhere, and he told me how much he misses me and I really need to be in his life. I said, you know what, I moved on. I think you moved on, so you need to go. And it's really sad, and it's breaking my heart, but you really need to go. And he's like, I know, I do. I said, I know, you do. So he gets up and he walks to the door. And as he gets to the door, he turns around over his shoulder and I say, wait, you can't go. He runs back in the room and I say, no, you don't understand. I'm parked behind you. Almost. Of course, almost. And then the worst one of all was my father. He passed and my mom gave me his ashes and said, I want you to sprinkle these ashes for me. Well, I'm kind of not into that, but I go up to Chino Valley where he has several acres, and I'm walking around the acres, and I'm looking around, looking at Dad, having a moment, sprinkling Dad. I kept hearing a funny noise, and when I turned around, the chickens were eating Dad as fast as I could put him down. I went home and told my mom, Mabel, as they get off the table, Mabel, the money's for beer. And she says, you know, he kind of was a chicken shit. Now you have to meet my mom. She's 5'12". She doesn't want to be 6 foot. We went on a vacation together and we're sleeping in the same bed. And all of a sudden my mom jumps up and says, I can't sleep like this. And she strips naked. Yeah. So we've got my mom who has mastectomy on one side, and the other side is a 36 long. And she's naked. I wore 2 pairs of pajamas. It just didn't quite work. She just drank a little bit, and when we went out, she was out at Chino, and she stopped on her way home, and she was having a little drink, and she goes, Tarbinder, I need another martini. And he knows Mom, so he just said, yeah, Mabel, you know, you don't need another martini. Just no, I really do, because I get heartburn. And I said, and he says, okay, Mabel, well, you know, we'll get you the drink, but I'm a bartender, not a tarbender. It's a martini, not a martini, and that isn't heartburn. The remaining tip is in the ashtray. The last thing I really want to talk about is something nobody goes anywhere near, but we're going to talk about it tonight. Anal bleaching. Anal bleaching. Yeah. The porn stars do it. Now, it's a little bit expensive. If you want it done in North Scottsdale, you have to go to Nord Bung's Sphincter Cleansing. Orion. If you want it done at Glendale, you'll go to Glendale's Cleaner Than a Whistle. But if you want it in Paulden, you will stop at Paulden's Pooper Scooper. And it kind of makes you wonder, you might as well tattoo it while you're there. It can say, wide load. Enter only. If you can read this, you are too close. Thank you.